Close that door if you don't. Oh wait, sit on my cam. Sorry, just thought there might have been a bit of. I won't be an echo. Who gives a f-
That's going.
See, do you do this thing, right? Because I didn't think this was normal.
Right.
And apparently it's a 50-50 thing, where a lot of guys do it, but a lot of guys don't, right? When you meet a fella for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Do you size him up?
No.
No, me
What does that
neither.
mean?
I think most of my friends are just mental.
Does size him up mean like could I fight him?
Yes,
And what?
essentially.
No.
Because basically, right, girl I was going with at the time,
Yeah.
and she introduced me to like her friend.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we're talking, whatever, she's driving home, and she goes, oh yeah, he was like sizing you the fuck up. And I was like, what does that mean?
Aye.
And why would we get in a row?
Aye.
Right? There's no need.
They're looking for it.
Aye, aye. And then she's like, is that not just what guys do? And then I was like, oh, they're both fucking crazy. And then I
Yeah.
came back here and talked to my friend about it, and he's like, oh, aye.
No.
I was like, what?
I'm usually whenever I meet another fella, I'm going, what's he gonna make fun of me
Aye.
about? That's what I'm at. I'm not sizing him up. I'm sizing up as mental candor.
It's mental Campbell.
Candor. Not candle. No, it's like people where you get on the bus and people have their bag up there, and then you like, can I sit there? And like, oh, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't own this aisle, buddy.
Yeah. Boy.
I call him, I say partner and all.
You flick a cigarette
I say
out.
partner. Did I tell you what? That's what the boy said to me in a shop at fucking Russell's one time. He goes, I can't remember what I was asking for. I was probably them Chris. I was like, do you have any sensations? And he goes, sorry, partner. I was like, is this the fuck? I didn't notice the fucking saloon doors swinging when I walked in here. What is this place? He has a big iron on his hip. Don the cap and all. Do you have the same password for everything?
I've been using and then a certain number.
Well, I tell that to everybody. Try not. But that is what the fella looked like there. Whenever I went in, I says, if you have any biscuits? I don't know if they work there, but that's what the uniform is in Russell's now. That there.
You know, like themed restaurants, but they're set in Belfast. So remember,
Yeah.
what was the Hawaiian restaurant that was set in Victoria Square? What was it called?
I haven't a clue. The Hawaiian restaurant.
Aye, it was like burgers and shit like that. It wasn't there for too long, like. It was there like maybe 6 months. But you walked in and everyone in it was like wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, I have a vague memory of this.
Yes.
That sounds haunting though.
So everyone was like wearing Hawaiian shirts, right? But obviously they had some sort of staff meeting where they went, guys, we really want to give the authentic Hawaiian experience. I walked in with my boss at the time, and the guy goes, "Aloha, mate." Aloha, mate.
Konnichiwa, buddy. That's in Kamakura. Konnichiwa, buddy.
Konnichiwa. I thought you said konnichiwa, boy. Which sounds like a Tamagotchi, Nick. You get your own konnichiwa, boy.
Oh, sir.
Did you ever kill a Tamagotchi? I matched with a girl on Tinder, and her first intro message was, "What's your favorite Mandela effect?" Right?
Right.
And I was like, "Well, this is unorthodox." But I was like, I don't really have a favourite. I don't even know that many.
Aye.
And she goes, mine's is that there's no dash in Kit Kat. And I was like, well, instead of chatting me up here, this has turned into a full-blown existential fucking crisis. Because I could have sworn on my mother's life there was a dash in Kit Kat.
Well, that's what annoys me though, because the Mandela effect was everybody says they remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s. So that's an actual event.
I don't mind that.
The thing was, that's an actual event, if you know what I mean. But people now are going, Mandela effect, I thought there was an extra A in it. And you're like, it's not the same thing. I thought it was Looney Tunes, not Tunes. It's like, that's a spelling error. That's not a national
just picked
figure
that up
dying.
wrong.
Aye. And the one that I have with Chinook was, I don't know if you remember this, was you know that famous thing of John Lennon from the Beatles? You know the Beatles?
Oh, what?
Music. I have an image in my head of that famous line where it's a black and white interview, 60s. Black and white, and it's the four Beatles, and somebody says, ask John Lennon, is Ringo Starr the best drummer in the world? And he says he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles, right? That's a famous line. And they all laugh at it. And I said to Chinook, I was like, I'm trying to find that interview. He goes, I think it's definitely on YouTube somewhere. And he remembers, I described it, and he described it, and he remembers the exact same interview. Didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Jasper Cart, who hosted Golden Balls, said it in 1983, and there's no footage of it. Now, why do we both remember that? Here,
my
Golden
God.
Balls. That's a cheeky show.
You have to be a queer. I heard of some of them
You have,
called Sleep.
you have to have some neck on you.
I'd say people have had PTSD from
Oh,
appearing
right.
in that show.
Yeah.
Because in the moment they decided to be a really bad person
Aye.
and steal the cash.
And you know what I loved as well? They always go like, "Oh well, you know why? You have to you have to do still because you don't know if they're going to split it with you." And like they did, but you seen them do the ball, and you seen him look really sad about it.
Yeah.
You know what they should have to do for Golden Balls? I don't know if it's still in the air, but you should have to do where if you steal and the other person splits, the only other thing you have to do to get the money is you have to go around and tell that person's kids why they aren't getting the money.
I will. If they give like a spiel as well about how they need the money for something,
Right, to go to Mallorca
and
for summer.
you still pick steal.
Aye.
Psychopath, like.
Aye.
That's definitely a characteristic of someone who will kill.
Oh, aye. Again.
Yeah. They should do a Golden Balls Where Are They Now episode, and it's just
Aye.
like, boys.
But it's just them walking around. It's them walking around graveyards because they've all off themselves with a guilt.
It's just boys watching clips on loop of them getting stolen.
Oh, you mean as in it's the where are they now? It's the split. Or the person that lost the money.
The person that missed out on the money. What's
That'd
their
be
life
good.
like now?
Aye, not great. Still not great.
Did they, well, where do you have to be in life in general to appear in a game show?
Aye, to be on Golden Balls.
Aye.
What was the game? What game show would you have liked to been on the most?
Golden Balls would have been a good crack.
Golden Balls was a good show. I think Deal or No Deal is a good one. Crystal Maze.
Crystal Maze.
Right here's the split actually. Is
Now you're
there's-
definitely gonna split.
I'm going to split.
Right.
Here's the steal. I mean,
That's what you say whenever
Aye.
you subconsciously say steal a few times.
They go, I think we should go steal. I think, I mean, like, they look at him like that, sweating.
You chip one of your teeth saying split. Because you can't hold in the lies.
Aye, the fucking priest appears or something.
Your skin
You sure
starts
about
burning.
that? Aye, sure about that? Aye, in the audience of Golden Balls, there's a priest with a sniper. He's got one of them red dots on the thing. But no, I would go, right, here's the split for the game shows. You'd either want to go on one. All the good crack ones don't have good money.
Yes, that's true.
And all the ones that are more involved and you need to actually have, intellect
Aye.
are the ones that have money. For example, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes.
It'd be good to go on, but I wouldn't have a clue.
No, I'd be fucked.
I wouldn't.
I would get way too. I think I've worked too many shit jobs
Yeah.
for Chris Tarrant to turn to me and say, right, you've got 25 grand there. You can move on to the next question. You've no lifeline yet left. And I would go, Chris, I'm fucking gonna clock out here.
How much is it up until the first bit? For Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? 500? I get the 500 an easy question, so I'll take it.
Aye, 500 to me right now.
Aye,
That's a life changing sum of money.
You give 3 lifelines, I go, don't trust them. I'll still get it wrong. I don't trust myself. I don't trust my intellect. Also, whoever I ring would knowing what people are like in Northern Ireland. Your lifeline. They'd be like, I don't want to see this bastard get anything. That's what all your mates are in Northern Ireland. So you'd ring them up and they purposely give you the wrong answer. You couldn't do Who Wants to Be. You couldn't ring Lifeline Who Wants to Be a Millionaire now because somebody could just Google it for you.
Well, that's true. I never thought about that.
Right, because they have 60 seconds and you see me typing there.
Aye, so you have it set up where someone's at the fucking house with a laptop,
Yeah.
and you ring them up, and they're immediately like,
You ring them up, he presses Siri and goes again.
Aye, you can hear the boy shouting at Alexa in the back. Like,
Alexa, who did William Shatner play? And it was always stuff like that. Wasn't it?
aye, that was actually one of the complaints of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire got, was there was too many William Shatner based questions.
He's funded it. And another one from our financier, William Shatner. Billy.
Have you ever had an afternoon tea? That's like a mate of mine says he never buys pizza because you don't pay for pizza. As in, there's enough things happening in his life that he'll always get a free stock of pizza. Like
What?
office
What does
parties
he,
and
what does
shit
he do?
like that.
Does it work in the pizzeria?
Well, it's like he works for a company in America whereby a lot of like marketing companies and stuff in America, like office based jobs, right? They distract their workers from how shite it is
Yes.
by every Friday having
Yeah.
pizza Fridays.
Yeah.
or like there's free donuts
Yeah.
in the reception.
Yeah, or they go, if you do 200% of your work, we'll give you a half bottle of Glens. And like, that's not, you're going to give me what, $6.50? Brilliant. You want me to do the equivalent of what I would achieve in 80 hours in 40 hours to give me $6.50? I could find that. I could find $6.50 in the next hour.
Because I enjoy right, becoming friendly with someone to the point where you start to notice wee things about them.
Aye.
And one of yours is, you were literally sitting like with your legs like that at a point, and then you started tearing into somebody, and as you were tearing into them, you crossed your fucking legs. And I was like, when McShane crosses the legs, that's when you know you're fucked.
Aye, but I don't turn into him like in a bad way.
No, not like
I'm
that.
sorry.
But like it was like Columbo's. There's just one more small thing. Mind that.
Is that the line?
Aye.
I don't think it's one more small thing.
I
don't think he's
just one more small thing.
I don't think he specifies the size of the thing. How long?
Oh, there's one more thing, sir.
One more small thing. He might say that.
Sorry, I could have sworn he quantified it.
He
But
says it every episode, it might be different.
That there. Who's a stance like that?
aye, a man in a trench coat in your house
Aye,
like this.
Like that.
I
Well,
would-
see if he said one more thing, I'd pull out the gun, kill myself immediately, because I know he'd have me. If Columbo, even if he hadn't worked it out, if he bluffed and he goes, one more thing. I go, you're right, one more thing. Try and forget this, you detecting bastard.
You detecting bastard!
Oh dear.
Oh my god. How are you feeling about this so far now?
Good crack.
Aye.
I think oil boys do have a general thing.
100%.
Like I said, they like taking out the bins and they like watches that work 1,600 feet under sea level for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know, you're of that generation as well. Sean will be of that generation as well, where it was, most of my childhood was my dad taking me round to his mate's house to look at a TV and go, some picture on that. And it's always something, it's always like, because they love having, dads seem they love having stuff that have a very, I don't know if it's some, there's probably a metaphor in there somewhere. They love having technology that greatly exceeds what they're ever going to use
Aye.
it for. Because this dude has a 4K TV and it's hooked into like the first DVD player. Like, what are you getting out of that? Or he's got standard definition, like satellite. Just ITV, he's using it for 52 inches of 52 inches of the Eamon Holmes.
That's Julian Summons in
Julian,
4K.
Eamon Holmes is my TV. I was thinking of Julian Summons. Ever say I started with Old Boy and Frank's, the bar in O'Valley? Ever say that one, Sean?
Watch one.
You know, we've laughed a lot about that kind of like particular oil boy chat.
I'll
I think I have definitely told you this before, but we're going into a bar where I'm from, and you go into the toilets, and it's that old man bar urinal where it's just one trough, where you're like pigs or something. It's like all troughs, and you go in. And there was a 70-year-old fella there who looked like he'd already been peeing for about 15 years. Leaning against the thing, pure crinkled over. And you get in, and I was like, right, I'm going to stand as far away as possible, but it's not a big massive place. And he immediately starts into what's all the typical, you probably get this everywhere, you know the typical old thing of like, this is where it all goes whenever you're peeing, you're like, right, okay. This is where the dicks hang out. That's what I want. They all have those lines. And which are decent enough crack, but it's old boy stuff. And I just wanted to I was like, I really can't do a conversation right now here just because I want to go to the toilet. And I started peeing, and then I started peeing. There was a minute of silence. I could see him look up at me slowly, and he goes, "Some pishes went down that hole, and some piss went down that hole, and I went, aye, and he goes, must be about 1,500 gallons." 1,500 gallons. I was done the math. I did the math on it. It's a small bar. That would have meant 80 pints pished out each, not drank. 80 pints out each.
Oh my god.
Not oil boy. Do you have
1,500 gallons.
15? Must be about 1,500 gallons. The accuracy as well of that.
There is like a general oil boy cadence, I think, and everyone has their own wee quip. And I wonder what's mine gonna be when I'm an oil lad. That my son's gonna go, fuck me, I wish Dad stopped.
I
doing
stopped
that.
going on about that time.
So, like, my dad has a thing whereby he'll tell you a story,
Aye.
but he's in his head. He skipped out the introduction, and most of the build up for the characters
he jumps on
involved.
chapter 2.
He's chapter 14, and then he gets angry at the fact you haven't caught up, even though you've nothing to fucking go off.
There's
right?
something about that the immediate emotions.
Yeah, I look confused, and he goes, "Why did I even bother chatting to you half the fucking time when you're sitting like that?" So he comes in, right? He comes in, right? He comes in, and he's already fuming. Like, fuming is factory settings on the cunt, right?
We started the story.
And he walks in, and it's me and Mum in the kitchen, and he sits down, right? And he just goes, "That's something I never got into, you know."
What?
Exactly! We're like, what? Just fucking say what you never got into. Don't like set it up for like interaction. So he sits down and he goes, "That's something I never got into, you know." And I was like, "What, Dad?" And he goes, "Lasagna." Now, Mum wasn't making lasagna. There was no chat of lasagna. Nobody had
He'd been ruminating on that.
lasagna,
Yeah.
right? He'd been ruminating. So he'd sat and thought about that, and then went, "I'm going to share this," right? And then I goes, what do you mean by that? Like, and he goes, "Well, like, I would take it if it was there, but I couldn't give a fuck if I never seen it again."
Why is he so mad? Why is he so mad about it? Oh, that's good, man. I like lasagna myself, but I wouldn't defend it in front of that for fear. I wouldn't defend it in front of him for fear he'd reach for me.
That's not the hell to die on.
I think lockdown is a thing that everybody talks about too. Every taxi man, everything, any conversation you've ever had. You know what was a difficult thing during it? What? What?
I would have loved for that dialogue that you just give there now to have seen inside your brain what was happening. Because all you would have seen was a fucking monkey with symbols.
You know what is, first of all, not that much now. It's not much now. I feel a bit hurt there. I don't actually, I've never been hurt by anything.
Who am I, Jeff Ross?
Who am I, Jeff Ross? Roasting. It is warm.
She owned a shower curtain business there, did well, and then fuck
Right.
the 2008 recession killed her.
What about them there, by the way?
Now, see, what this is a combination of is it's like a hybrid of like bedroom slippers, but then also socks.
Yeah.
You've no soul, like.
That's what the CBT boy told me.
Any other crack now?
Not today, sir. See you soon. See you soon. See you soon. I think that was good.
Aye.
I think that was good fun.
Yeah.
I had good crack chatting.